So the slide before asked you what is the specific term for these trinomials. And this trinomial is actually called a perfect square trinomial. Okay, perfect square trinomial. What's special about these trinomials is that you can solve the quadratic equation by taking its square roots. For example, the problem I asked you before was 9x squared plus 24x plus 16 equals 0. So to solve, what you can notice is that 9x squared is a perfect square and 16 is a perfect square, meaning that the square root of 9x squared is 3x, right? Because square root of 9x squared is 3x, and square root of 16 is 4. And because they're both perfect square, we could change this factor, 9x squared plus 24x plus 16, to 3x plus 4. And because they're both perfect squared, it would be squared. Now, what if you don't believe me? Well, if you don't believe me, you could check your work. 3x plus 4 times 3x plus 4. Here we can FOIL to test this idea out. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x plus 4 is 12x. 3x plus 4 is 12x. 4 plus 4 is 16. And as you can see, if you FOIL it, you'll get the same expression that's on the left side. So we know that's a perfect square. Now to solve for x, because it's an equation, what you want to first do is you want to isolate the variable. But because there's a square attached to this parentheses, what you can do now is you can take the square roots of both sides. So when you take the square roots of both sides, like this will become 3x plus 4 equals 0. We do this to get rid of this squared. Now what you can do is you can solve for x, because the purpose of an equation is to solve for x. So 3x plus 4 equals 0. We're going to subtract 4 on each side. Get 3x equals negative 4. We divide by 3. Then we get x equals negative 4/3. Now the question I want you to think about is, how many solutions are there if it's a perfect square? Okay.